Tiramisu is one of those things that when it gets put down or you see it on a menu, you just have to have it. But the thing is, it's not gluten-free. Those ladyfingers, they have gluten in them. So I found some gluten-free ladyfingers and I'm gonna make sure that we make a delicious raw tiramisu. Here we go.
Sounds delicious.
So your job, my friend, is I want you to, with those very strong hands, is just to smash those ladyfingers down. I have a bit of coffee, because of course this is all about coffee, and many people ask me as a nutritionist, what are your thoughts on coffee? Well, coffee is actually really quite good for you, but in moderation, okay? For me, it's a bit of a treat, and it's really more about listening to your body. How does coffee feel for you? So it really is a singular thing, but one a day is proven great for things like dementia and things like that. So cognitively, it's a good one.
My recommendation, Rosie, is don't ask me any questions until I've had at least one coffee.
There
then
we go.
It's okay.
Now, I've soaked a couple of nuts here, and I have walnuts. It just makes it a little creamier, because I am going to put it in the food processor here. So for my first layer, I'm going to have some walnuts. So about 1 cup of soaked walnuts. I have some cacao here, about 2 tablespoons worth. I guess that is my chocolate today, rich in antioxidants, but I'm going to add some sweetness there too.
I was going to say, we need some sweetness in this.
Some ground coffee as well in there. Just 1 tablespoon, and I have some beautiful vanilla extract as well. So in we go, the good stuff from Madagascar. I keep it for my special guests, just like you.
Packed full of flavour already. I can smell it and I can see this is going to be a really nutritious and filling tiramisu.
This is going to be filling. You only need a little amount, which I'll talk about in a second. So we have some coconut oil, 2 tablespoons worth of that one there. And yeah, we do need some sweetness. So I have dates here, which are absolutely delicious, jam-packed with sweetness, but natural sweetness. So we'll burn that real easy and quick. So in we go. You can put them all in there. That's fine. This is, you know, this is a little indulgence for us today.
Load it up.
So on with the lid with that one. And that is our first layer. Off we go. How good does that smell? I'm more awake anyway.
It smells fantastic. It's really
Doesn't
got
it?
that strong coffee flavour to
I know.
it. Yeah,
Now
fantastic.
let's get that in the bowl.
Okay, I'll just grab that there for you. And I've got my spatula. I'll get it off the blade.
Nice and thick, exactly how we want it. When this goes in the fridge, that's just going to thicken up even more.
Now, Rosie, do you want me to wash the bowl?
No, we don't need to wash up. Let's save the environment a bit in our water, and we'll just make sure we have a nice clean bowl there. On we go.
Save the penguins, you reckon?
Exactly.
On goes the blade.
On goes the blade. Now I have some soaked cashews, so a bit of a different nut. This is used in vegan meals so often because it does go so creamy when it's soaked overnight. If you don't want to do it overnight, just 2 hours in some hot water. So a nice generous amount there. And I have some coconut cream. Now this is the good stuff. You actually see that it's quite grey. That's what we want. It means that there's been no chalk added or anything like that. This is the good stuff.
100% pure.
100% pure, and you'll see nice
Just like
and thick
me.
on the top. Yeah, that's it. And I'm going to put that whole can in.
The coconut and the coffee, I think, is going to work really, really well.
Exactly. A bit of maple syrup as well, just to sweeten this up. About 2 tablespoons. And I actually want you to put a little pinch of salt in there as
that
well,
for you.
which does make it very moreish. So in we go. Another little layer. We can bring it all together. Now it's your job to put that next layer into this bowl while I get my little glass pot. You can make a big one and just slice it, but I do think little pots of things make things feel a little bit more special. So in we go with some of these gluten-free ladyfingers. So it's really just your first layer, but what we are going to do is just soak it with a bit of coffee there. So we can mix that up if you want to, but it will soak everything up. And a little trick is to just use the bottom of a wooden spoon, and you can just pack it down like that as well.
Rosie, I've just tasted this, and it has that real smooth creaminess. You'd never know it was cashew nuts and coconut together. It actually changes the flavour. It's supposed to replace the mascarpone and cream, but it does a great job of it. It's got a great flavour to it. I can't wait to try this.
Great stuff. Well, I think we have our work cut out. I'm going to do the base layer. You're going to do those 2 layers, and I'll keep you busy. good do they look?
Really, really good. It's like those things you buy in a tourist park where they've got all the different coloured sands in the glass jar.
They are.
They're fantastic.
Now, these just need to go in the fridge a minimum of 2 hours, but you can have them overnight and then they're going to be just perfect. And we can have a tasting. We go. All right, get stuck in. You can do the honours.
I will have to point out that I've got so excited about this episode. I've got coffee all down the front of my shirt. I'm just loving everything.
Maybe it's time we swap a few of those coffees for teas.
You think so?
Maybe that nervous system has had too much.
No, never enough coffee. I mean, I really like how it's set. It's got that real sort of tiramisu consistency. You can tell it's not. I mean, it is a gluten-free version, but...
Bit of everything. How is it?
Bang on. It was really nice. And I think that's the right portion size as well. It's not over the top.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a great little
Because
dessert.
it is rich, and I love a coffee, but I don't have too much of it. But down the bottom, it almost feels like an espresso. It's a lovely little thing down the bottom there, isn't it?
That's where the coffee is. That's where the hit is, and that's where the love is.
Yum.